Hi, let's talk about the rebate. I'd encourage you to think about not what is the rebate amount, but what is the value of the rebate. What is going to be the long term value of your house to your house after completing a rainwise cistern project? Okay, a factor of the rebate is how much does the job cost? And secondly, how big is your roof? Because the rebate is determined by how much roof area you use to redirect into the side sewer through a cistern. So I thought it may be helpful to do a comparison side by side on two different properties, one with a higher rebate and one with a lower rebate and a higher cost to complete the job. So let's go. So on the right here is a dream house for someone who does the work like myself, product water, for installing cisterns at your house. And the reason the one on the right is a dream job is because it is a flat, big roof, kind of low to the ground. The ground level is flat, and the water basically comes to where we need it without having to do a tremendous amount of piping work and getting the water to it. The house on the left here is a house that was a higher rebate and a lot more work. And the reason that this house is a lot more work is you could see, firstly, it's brick, and secondly, it has a roof that's kind of sectional, which means that each area that we collect water from is smaller, and then to make a bigger project, we have to bring the water around to the other side of the house. And brickwork and a lot of corners is a lot more work because one, you got to drill holes and you got to do a good job into the brickwork, into the masonry, and also it's harder. It's just harder. And secondly, the the house on the right is regular wood siding, so it's easier to install pipe and work with. So before I go to the next slide, the house on the right, the rebate covered the entire amount. And that's not really that common, actually, but in this case it did because it was 1,800 square feet, which is a good roof amount. And the house on the left was about 800 square feet. So the rebate amount was less than half, and the amount of time to complete the project was actually the one on the left took a little bit longer. So up close, a factor in getting water to the cistern is oftentimes getting around corners. And so this house, the brick house on the left, has a lot of corners, and working around this area, it was to do it right. Also, it just requires a lot more time, essentially. And this particular corner here, I think, was the hardest one I ever faced because of the utilities sticking off the wall, and also this corner was, you know, pretty sharp and working above the steps to the basement, stuff like that. So if we look at the house on the right, it's a lower roof area, and all this piping basically fell right where we need it. It dropped right to our system, and it just an easier job. But also, before I forget, I want to, well, we'll get to that. Hold on. So here's a close up of the working around this utility and stuff. It takes some skill, and you want people to do it right because these projects are outside in all weather patterns, and they have to withstand quite a bit over time. So the picture on the right of our house here is the whole backyard, and getting back to what the value of the project is this: we're going to the rain tank is here. And what we're going to do is we stuck a pump in the rain tank, and it's going to allow us to irrigate in the back. And so that's part of the value of the completed project. And secondly, more value to the project is for this house on the left, the easy house. You could see up here there's new piping, but before that there was just downspouts daylighting, which means pouring right onto the grass on this section and the one to the left also. And it was very poorly planned out, and it caused a lot of damage to the foundation of the property because there was absolutely no stormwater management, no drainage control. And that is part of the value that you get doing doing the rainwash project. And then back to the right, what we were able to do is also clean up quite a bit of drainage issues on the brick house, which was part of the cost of the project. So they paid some out of pocket, but the benefit was they cleaned up a lot of water damage that had been occurring for years and years by participating in the program and spending a little bit out of pocket, or a little bit, might have been more, but spending money out of pocket to achieve the results of participating in the program, getting rainwater storage, but also cleaning up problems in their yard, which is, the bigger picture. And so this rain barrel was here before I got there, and I removed it and redirected this water back into our project. So I hope that this was helpful, not too long, might have been a little long, but I just wanted to present to you that let's look at the whole picture, because 5 years from now, in my opinion, you're going to be glad you have this supplemental water storage that the program provides. And also, if you can improve your drainage, it's worth the extra cost, in my opinion, because it increases the value of your house. So thank you for listening.